What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Divine Star Wisdom. And on today's video, on this video, we're gonna talk about. Well, we're finishing up talking about the water signs. So I started with Pisces. I felt like I'm gonna do another Pisces video only because I didn't really go into details about the psychic powers of the Pisces, and all the water signs share this type of energy but in a different way. And so with Cancer, I'm going to talk about the way that Cancer expresses this psychic energy, but I really wish I would have spoke on it with Pisces, but I'm going to explain the difference in this video and go back and make another video for Pisces. But the Pisces energy expresses their psychic abilities through dreams and through subconscious things. Like, Pisces people don't know why they know something, they just know that they do know something. um I can also say, outside of the water signs, Aquarius deserves an honorable mention because Aquarius gets otherworldly downloads about futuristic things. So they have a psychic ability that's like an intelligence type of supernatural ability. And for you, Cancer people, your psychic ability comes from your feelings and your emotions, and you're able to feel an environment to know if it's safe or not, or feel if a loved one is in danger or in need of something, or even when all the time it's not always conscious to you, but you'll feel it in your gut, or you'll feel it in your being, and your something about you will be like triggered, like something's off, something ain't right. If your partner's cheating on you, you're gonna feel it. It's gonna show up in your physical body as an ailment, or something's gonna happen. That's the Cancerians superpower or magic power, or whatever you want to call it, when it comes to their psychic abilities, is through your feelings and your emotions. So Cancerian people with a lot of Capricorn energy, you really have to do things to tap back into yourself, to get back in tune with your watery, flowing, natural nature, because sometimes you can spend too much time looking for structure and looking to ground yourself, that you're not within the flow of your natural abilities. If you're not able to have that like sixth sense to know if somebody's cheating on you, or if things just don't feel right within your body, things you're eating, things you're digesting through media or through your work life, because you are also one of the signs that are very empathic, and you absorb the energy of your surroundings, much like your trining water sign of Pisces. So you have to be very intentional about the people you let around you and your circle, because you have to protect yourself. A Cancer has a shell for a reason, and you have the claws for a reason, and you want to be friendly, and you appear to other people who don't know you as friendly, but sometimes you gotta pop out and show people like that's not what this is. Like, don't cross my boundaries. And I'm a Cancerizer myself, and I think because I appear to be so like family oriented and welcoming and nurturing and familiar, I have such a familiar spirit to other people. When they first meet me, they just automatically just treat me like a close friend. And sometimes I have to put the boundaries and let people know, like, we're not that, that's not what this is. Or just like complete strangers, just enforcing boundaries. Like, for example, the other day I remember I was going for my walk, and this guy was out walking his dog, and I don't know what the heck he had going on. I guess he called himself maybe trying to holler at me. I don't know what he had going on, but he was standing still at first on like the left side of the street, and I go on the right side of the street because he got a big ass dog, and I love animals, but this dog was big, and I don't have time for that. But he was on the left side, and I'm on the right side. Purposely, I go to the right side from the left side he crossed the street and come to the right side where I am with this big ass dog, and I'm thinking like, oh, maybe he trying to like go in his apartment or whatever, and he just literally walked straight up to me with the dog in my face. I don't know if he was gonna say something or what, but it just like triggered me so hard that like you're gonna approach me with a big ass dog and not even say anything like, oh, he's not gonna bite or he's harmless or anything. It's just you're letting a big ass dog come up to me. So I was just like, you real I just exploded. I was like, you're really gonna just let your dog run up on me? Because the dog was literally like about to jump, like a second away from jumping on me. He was right in my face and he had to like yank the dog away. But like I said, maybe he had an intention on coming over there to say something, but regardless, it was just very inappropriate. So I said all that to say is, as Cancer rising people, you have to learn to enforce boundaries and, protect yourself. Well, you know it comes a little easier for the Cancer rising people. Pisceans, they struggle with that a little more, and I'm a Pisces sun, so that's why I have to differentiate the two. So Cancer rising, y'all are a little bit more protective of your energy than that. I'm that mutable Pisces sign too, so that's why I have to draw a line there. But so back to Cancers. So let's talk about the transits. And so far we've had Saturn for the last 2.5 years up until this February transiting through our ninth house of Pisces. And the ninth house represents the house of travel, the house of education, the house of higher learning, the house of teaching, the house of spirituality. So there's been a lot of changes and a lot of realizations when it comes to what your core beliefs are and what religion you want to have or not, what spirituality you want to have or not, what type of education you want to have or not. Some of you chose to go back to school, some of you chose to drop out of school, some of you chose to go teach, some of you chose not, some of you chose to retire. That ninth house has been lit up for the last 2.5 years. Some of you chose to relocate. Ninth house represents foreign travel. Some of you, chose to retire and travel the world. Some of you chose to become pastors and preachers and gurus and, nomads. That's all the energy of the ninth house. Teachers, professors, and I can go on, but we're going to try to get around the whole energy of the transits, and I'm gonna have to cut this video off in 2 minutes, so let's see what we can get into. So that's the ninth house energy. We also had Neptune in the ninth house for umpteen amount of years, and it's finally moved into the 10th house of Aries. So the delusion and the confusion of Neptune on what our belief systems were, what our direction in life was, all that has cleared out and moved, the energy into the 10th house. A lot of Aries in the 10th house of Cancer is representing people becoming individual business owners and entrepreneurs and starting spiritual businesses with the energy of Neptune in the 10th house. And Neptune representing unconditional love and healing, and the 10th house representing your career as well. So some of you have changed your career into spiritual healers and gurus.